From 2009 to 2015, Glee burst into song on the Fox network. The musical TV series about a group of outsiders in an Ohio high school finding a purpose and community through song pulled in millions of viewers and produced numerous musical singles that charted on radio, iTunes, and beyond, with a collective 36 million singles purchased digitally and 11 million albums sold worldwide. 10 years after the show's finale, the Great Pop Culture Debate wanted to look back at these 750-plus tracks performed on the series and attempt to name the best Glee song of all time. At this stage in my career, I'm less Glee Club and more Glue Factory. I'm your host, Eric Resniak. Please help me welcome my panelists for this episode, a real bunch of warblers. Our first panelist tried unsuccessfully to fix her 2023 Spotify Wrapped from showing that Teenage Dream was her number one song. It's Andrea Guerrera.
You know what, Eric? It's 2025, and nothing really matters anymore, so no shame.
Embrace the chaos, Andrea, and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. Pop quiz students, can you guess our next panelist? He's 25% show tunes, 25% hip-hop, 25% classic rock, and 100% gay.
Oh, Eric, I know this. Who is me, Gary Jackson?
50 points to Gryffindor. The only thing more questionable than our next panelist's opinions is if Lea Michele owns a library card. Please welcome back Jake Pitticelli.
Joke's on you. I lent Lea Michele my library card in 2012. She hasn't returned it or read anything.
I'm just glad that we got the Lea Michele literacy jokes out of the way by minute 3 of this podcast. Well done, Jake. And our final panelist may be difficult, but boy, can he... Actually, he's just difficult. It's Trey Radu Blackburn.
I'm like Tinkerbell, Eric. I need applause to live.
Then clap for this hooker, ladies and gentlemen. Clap for this hooker. And up in the producer booth, we have Derek Makita, who may not be Emma Pillsbury, but he did eat some crescent rolls for dinner. So basically, same thing. If you're curious about how we ended up with this slushy 16, become a Patreon supporter of our little show or listen to the 3-minute preview available wherever you listen to podcasts. And don't forget, you can head to this episode at greatpopculturedebate.com to find the listener bracket as well as all 16 nominated songs plus dozens of other great Glee songs so you can play along with us at home. And with that out of the way, let's follow these new directions and get into these debates. First up, the panel is split between two covers of classic rock songs. The Beatles' I Wanna Hold Your Hand, a 1 seed, as performed by Kurt Hummel in Season 2, and Journey's Don't Stop Believin', a 4 seed, as performed numerous times by New Directions. Andrea, oh yeah, you tell us something you know we'll understand when you talk about Hand. Jake, some will win, some will lose. Do your best to make sure that Believin' wasn't born to sing the blues. Andrea, please go first.
So I Wanna Hold Your Hand was sung by Kurt in Season 2, Episode 3, called Grilled Cheeses, where, by the way, Kurt sees Jesus in a grilled cheese. Do you guys remember when that happened? He sings this song in the choir room to the rest of the Glee Club after his dad has a near-fatal heart attack and he is in a coma. While the song is being performed, he's having flashbacks to childhood with his dad, who has, we find out, kind of always low-key supported him in his sexuality, even before he kind of came out properly. And it's one of those episodes where they show how different Kurt and his dad are. His dad is like a very blue-collar man, like runs an auto body repair shop. And while his dad doesn't always understand his sexuality, he has never wavered in supporting his son and being there for him. And they show clips of him having like tea parties with him in the garden and like picking out clothes together and stuff. And I always love different interpretations of songs like this. Like this is very clearly a boppy love song from the 60s by the Beatles. And he twists it to be dedicated to his dad. And as a member of the Dead Dads Club, this song just hits really close to home. It really is just like a beautiful tribute. They do the Across the Universe version instead of the original boppier version. It's weird to kind of have a cover of a cover, but I think it is a really just beautiful cover, and it shows how talented these actors and singers really are on this show. It is a cheesy show, but oh my gosh, everyone is just so talented.
Yeah, great arguments. And let's hear it for icon Burt Hummel, who was Kurt's father. And honestly, father goals for a lot of people. I think a lot of people were watching that show being like, I wish that was my dad. But that being said, I want Jake to talk to us about Don't Stop Believing, which kind of kicked the whole thing off, right?
Yeah, no, those are some really great points, Andrea. And I think that I do love when Glee deals with some of the heavier topics. And I think there are other song choices in the bracket that are also fit under that. However, I think that I can't picture Glee without Don't Stop Believing. It's the first song that I think of. When I think of Glee, it's the bookend. It's how the show starts. It's how the show finishes. Beyond that, I just think the song is vocally very impressive. I think the harmonies are beautiful. I think it really showcases both Leah's voice and Corey's voice, which is sometimes more difficult to do. No shade.
No shade.
Maybe a little. But the song also charted instantly on the Billboard Hot 100. It's the first song from Glee to do that. And I think the song really embodies what Glee is. It's a battle cry for, misfits, outcasts, who the characters are and who the audience is. And I really can't picture Glee without the song. And I've heard it so many times. It's such an overplayed song at proms, weddings, bat mitzvah. But so to even have a song that's overplayed, but to do something fresh with it, I think even makes it stand out even more.
Awesome job. You guys are doing a really good job with the arguments. I want to make it clear, I'm not voting this episode. I'm only hosting because this is our all-millennial panel tackling this millennial skewing show. So, Gary Jackson, is it going to be Don't Stop Believing, or is it going to be I Want to Hold Your Hand?
Oh, for me, it is Don't Stop Believing, for sure.
All right. Trey Radu Blackburn, is it going to be Don't Stop Believing or I Want to Hold Your Hand?
I think that this episode's theme is going to be me flip-flopping a lot. I was coming into this as an I Want to Hold Your Hand stan, but I was re-listening to all of the songs today, and as much as I cannot ever hear Don't Stop Believin' by Journey ever again, the Glee version is fantastic and so much better. So I'm switching my vote over to Don't Stop Believin'.
Thank you so much. We will be moving Don't Stop Believin' into round 2. Next, it's another split decision, this time between 3 seed Somebody to Love by Queen, covered by New Directions in season 1, and 2 seed When I Get You Alone by Robin Thicke, oh boy, as covered by the Warblers in season 2. Gary, work hard as you try to find anybody to switch their vote to Somebody to Love. Trey, fall into the gap as you lay it on Thicke for When I Get You Alone. Trey, please go first.
Absolutely. This debate also is one where I'm happy to see either one move forward. They're both incredible songs and they're both incredible covers. I'm also going to talk about my favorite types of performances on Glee first. I love what I'll call the Chicago style songs where they fit the mood of the moment and they kind of live in the head of the character. Like I Want to Hold Your Hand. He also sings it privately, but to the New Directions, but it's also very much in his head while he's holding his dad's hand. The next type are the private performance type. These are the ones that are set in the choir room or like a public place flash mob type, which is what I Get You Alone is. It's from the season 2 episode Silly Love Songs, and it's Blaine Anderson, Darren Criss, and the Dalton Academy Warblers singing through the gap, terrorizing retail employees and a closeted Jeremiah. But Blaine is just so taken with this man he's had 2 coffees with that he has to sing about how he'll give him his father's last name. And ultimately, he outs Jeremiah to everyone and gets Jeremiah fired for causing a disturbance. But why did I choose this song? I don't know. I was an idiot 23-year-old when this came out, and I was so taken with Darren Criss and his voice and the character's audacity. Also, Somebody to Love is the third type of performance on Glee, and that's a competition performance. And most of the New Directions competition performances are #not great. And I think that's why When I Get You Alone currently is edging out Somebody to Love. But I could be a flipper on this one, Gary.
That being said, Gary, talk to us about Somebody to Love.
Yeah, Trey, I'm verse, so we in business, sir. Just like Don't Stop Believing, this Somebody to Love is one of those songs that really became like an anthem throughout Glee. And Trey, you did a really good point was separating this type of songs within whatever the storyline is, and you're correct. This was like during sectionals, the first sectionals. What I love about the song, though, is that in the context of the show or the episode, basically the Glee Club was like not working together and like not it's called The Road's Not Taken, and it was a turning point for the group. and is one of the show's most memorable early performances as well. But it featured Leah Michelle Rachel, the character Rachel, as the lead, and it was supported by the rest of the New Directions. The arrangement was built on like the ensemble's vocals, and that is something I think we started to see like the actual cast being used more so. And this particular song, the difference between like the classic Queen song or arrangement is that it really used gospel chords to really drive this throughout the performance. With the crescendos and the riffs at the end. Shout out to Amber Riley. Anything with Amber Riley or Mercedes in it will win for me. So that's my rubric for this episode. But yeah, it blends classic Queen rock style with a fresh theatrical approach, with adding layered harmonies to push the sound and song even more further than like the typical episode would have been.
Okay, great. Andrea, is it going to be Somebody to Love or When I Get You Alone?
I have a feeling Queen's going to go forward, so I'm going to go with When I Get You Alone.
All right, Jake Pinicelli, is it going to be Somebody to Love or When I Get You Alone?
Andrea, correct. Queen is going to move forward. I am going to go with Somebody to Love.
Well, let me just make sure here. Which one is actually, it's a split decision, and Somebody to Love is the 3 seed. When I Get You Alone is the 2 seed. When I Get You Alone will be moving forward into round 2. Next, the bulk of the panel is feeling the levels of 1 seed Ike and Tina Turner cover River Deep Mountain High, sung in season 2 by Mercedes and Santana. But Jake wants another dose of 4 seed Cough Syrup, a cover of Young the Giant by Blaine and featured in season 3. Jake, clear your throat as you speak on Cough Syrup. Gary, do you love River Deep Mountain High? My oh my, tell us why. Jake, please go first.
As we were talking about earlier, one of the great things about Glee is it has a lot of great mashups and fun songs, but it also has a lot of songs that highlight deep issues. This one in particular putting a spotlight on mental health, especially among LGBTQ youth. This song is a contrast between, you have the scene where you see Dave Crosby, one of the star football players, is being bullied at the school for being outed as gay. He arrives home and he's discovered that the bullying is continuing online. He then suffers from an emotional breakdown and prepares to hang himself, but his father then finds him just in time. He finds him unconscious but still alive, preventing his suicide attempt. And the song is really, the contrast between the lyrics and the tragic visuals is really beautiful. It's one of the songs that I like better than the original version, which I can't say for all of the Glee covers. I actually didn't know of the song before Glee, which is one of the reasons why I really like the show Glee, is because it introduced me to songs and artists which I normally may have never listened to. But that said, I do like the cover of this by Darren Criss, who has such a beautiful voice, and I think it perfectly captures the raw emotional and sense of urgency and vulnerability of this song.
So this is currently a 3-1. I do want to check. Gary, are you sticking with River Deep Mountain High here?
Yeah, I'm sticking with River Deep.
Trey, you sticking with River Deep Mountain High?
Absolutely.
Andrea, are you sticking with River Deep Mountain High?
I am sticking with River Deep, but I will agree with Jake that I actually do like the Glee cover of Cough Syrup more than I like the original version, 100%.
Great job, Jake. But we are going to be moving River Deep Mountain High into round 2. Next, 75% of the panel wants to honor 2 seed Make You Feel My Love, the Adele cover of the Bob Dylan song, as sung by Rachel in the season 5 episode dedicated to Finn. But Trey is throwing it way back to season 1, episode 2, with 3 seed I Say a Little Prayer, the Dionne Warwick cover sung by Quinn, with backup from Brittany and Santana. Trey, tell us why you keep prayer in your heart. Andrea, tell us why Make You Feel My Love is a deeply moving tribute. I'd like Trey to go first, please.
They're both what I'd call a private performance. They take place in the choir room. But let's talk about Say a Little Prayer. It's from the 2nd episode of season 1 called Showmance, and it fully introduces us to the unholy trinity of Quinn, Santana, and Brittany as they infiltrate the New Directions to bring about its destruction and win Finn back for Quinn. And the performance is a whole mood. Put aside that it is 3 young women in cheerleading uniforms, the only thing straight men loved on this show, probably. And the choreography is perfect for the vibe of this song. It's Come Hither. It's devilish. We know exactly who these 3 women are. And not only that, every few years it seems that this song and the performance goes viral with copycat performances. Not all of which are good, but they all have the spirit of the original unholy trinity Glee, and because I love those three women, I'm gonna choose I say a little prayer on this one.
Yeah. So this is a 3-1. I would like to ask Gary, has he changed your mind, or are you going to stick with Make You Feel My Love here?
No, just the heaviness and the context of Make You Feel My Love. I'm sticking with it.
Jake, are you sticking with Make You Feel My Love?
I am.
Okay. Andre, sticking with Make You Feel My Love?
I am.
Yeah. Great job, Trey. Wonderful argument. I do think we have to acknowledge, we haven't really done it yet, that I kind of mentioned it in the intro, but this show, ironically named Glee, also has a real pall cast over it for many different reasons. And I do want to acknowledge some of those while not acknowledging others, because it's really complicated. But I think the Finn and the Corey Monteith of it all at least has to be discussed as we go forward. So we will go ahead and move Make You Feel My Love into round 2. The majority of the panel wants to stay under the umbrella of one seed Don't Rain on My Parade, the Funny Girl song sung by both Rachel and Santana, while Andrea is feeling a little bit country with 4-seed Landslide, the Chicks version of the Fleetwood Mac song as sung by Gwyneth Paltrow's Holly Holiday in season 2. Andrea, take this love and take Landslide down to round 2. Gary, tell us why you love a parade, no matter which Glee gal is singing it. Andrea, please go first.
So first, I just want to talk about this episode in general. It is honestly just such a wild episode. It's called Sexy. It's season 3, episode 15. We see the return of Gwyneth Paltrow on our silver screens as Holly Holiday. And she ends up teaching sex ed to the Glee Club. Like, not a sex ed class, but like comes into the Glee Club to teach sex ed. At some point, we also learn that Emma's only 30 in this episode. And then it's revealed that she's also a virgin, even while she's dating John Stamos. Which just doesn't make sense.
Impossible. Completely
truly.
illogical.
He goes by the name of Carl on the show. And so he and Carl and the Celibacy Club do a cover of Afternoon Delight. Because why not? This episode makes zero sense, and I love it. Throughout all of the just insanity in this episode, we get this just beautiful rendition of Landslide, which is already just one of the most beautiful, perfect songs ever written in the history of man. And then we get to see it in this context where Santana is sort of dedicating it to Brittany, expressing how she feels about her. And this is even before Santana has come out on the show as a character. It's the beginning of her story arc, exploring her sexuality, which is another big theme on this show. And it's great to see that representation with Santana. And it's just a really beautiful, touching ode to Brittany, who is kind of like this silly side character, but like truly has a good heart. And it shows their friendship and how deep it really goes. And Gwyneth Paltrow is actually playing guitar on this song, which I didn't know until researching for this episode, which kind of impressed me a little bit.
Yeah, say what you will about Goop, but honestly, Goop she can sing. Like, honestly, she can. And I know people don't like her, and I get why, but like, genuinely, she is talented, and I do thank you for bringing that up. Gary, speaking of talented, talk about Don't Rain on My Parade, which is sung by not one, but two powerhouses on this show, Santana and Rachel.
Yeah, so the first one, we're going to start with Rachel Berry's performance. So in that particular episode, they're at sectionals, and their song or their set list gets taken away by, like, I believe the Jane Addams Academy group.
Fucking bitches.
Those motherfuckers. But what it did was, they were supposed to be singing and I'm Not Telling You or something like that. And Mercedes Amber Riley goes basically to Lea Michele's character Rachel and kind of defers to her as like, hey, we need something. And this was the moment I think that Mercedes like, girl, you got it. You got this. And so Rachel starts off, and I think this was a career-defining performance for Lea Michele. But the impact on this particular episode and this song is that it brought younger viewers to a Broadway standard. I think it was one of the first times that we really got to see, like, not a mashup, but like, something that was not pop music in a way. And it felt very exciting and modern. Compare it to Santana's version. That episode was the Frenemy episode. Basically, Rachel's auditioning for something big. I think this is when they are like gone off in New York, and Santana name is called as the next person to come to audition, and she storms in there, and Rachel Berry, Leah Michelle stares her down, and she absolutely kills it. I personally like them both for different reasons. But for the sake of this, I'm going to stick with the Rachel Berry's Don't Rain on My Parade.
All right. Jake Pitticelli, is it going to be Don't Rain on My Parade or Landslide for you?
No, it's going to be Don't Rain on My Parade for me. I think it's such a song that is pivotal to Leah Michelle's character, and I think it's such a great song overall.
Trey, is it going to be Don't Rain on My Parade or is it going to be Landslide?
I'm going to stick with Don't Rain on My Parade for this one.
Excellent. All right, so we will be moving Don't Rain on My Parade into round 2. Next 3/4 of the panel is Desperate for 3 seed Maybe This Time, the cabaret ballad sung by Rachel and Kristen Chenoweth's April Rhodes in season 1. But Jake is grieving the potentially premature ouster of 2 seed If I Die Young by the band Perry, covered by Santana in season 5's The Quarterback. Trey, everybody loves a winner, so hopefully you can bring home the victory for Maybe This Time. Jake, I will not cheapen this very heartfelt number with a lazy pun. So please speak on If I Die Young. Jake, please go first.
Yeah, so first off, it's a gorgeous song, and while it's very on the nose, it speaks about the fragility of life and what it means for someone who is too young to leave this world too early, which is actually a bit prophetic because, as we know now, Naya Rivera sadly drowned a few years ago in a lake while trying to rescue her son. So it's sad because she sang this song as a tribute to one cast member. It's become a bittersweet song as a remembrance to them both. It's from the episode The Quarterback, which we were talking about early. Is a really beautiful and difficult episode and has some of the strongest numbers, not just from the entire season, but from the entire series. It is a scene where Santana is singing about the pain of losing her friend Finn, and in doing so, she completely breaks down. And what I learned in researching the song some more is that was completely unscripted, but they kept it there to really show her raw emotion and really how the entire cast was feeling. So I think because of all of those reasons and just how beautiful that Santana's voice is, as we were saying with Landslide earlier, and all the ballads she does, like mine, I think it's a real. I can see how maybe this time can move forward, and I understand why that probably will, but I just had to put those reasons out there why I think the song should.
Yeah, to me, my God, I mean, let's talk a second for Naya Rivera. Let's talk a second about the character of Santana, who I think was initially supposed to be a side character, and you could not resist her star power. And she really kind of carved out this whole lane for herself on the show, and it was very impressive. She's an incredibly talented vocalist, Naya Rivera was. And then to have this awful fate is just so heartbreaking. I genuinely think Glee created many big stars, many of them. I think Naya Rivera would have gone on to have a tremendous career. I have no doubt about it. She has the chops for it. This is just heartbreaking. I do want to check. It was a 3-1. Gary, are you sticking with Maybe This Time, or are you open to swigging to If I Die Young?
Oh, this is hard. I think I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch.
Trey, is it going to be If I Die Young or Maybe This Time?
I mean, do you want me to debate Maybe This Time?
Yeah, I want to hear it. Go ahead, please.
I mean, and so here I am again debating a song against The Quarterback. So Maybe This Time is surprisingly the only song on our bracket that is sung by a special guest star. And it's a glorious duet between Kristen Chenoweth and Leah Michelle. It's from the episode The Road's Not Taken from season 1. Rachel has left the Glee Club. Why? I don't know. Is it important? Probably not. And Amber Rhodes, Cheno, has come back to get her GED and is joining the Glee Club. This is her audition song and in the choir room, while Rachel sings it on stage, kind of in a Chicago style song. But I just love this duet between these two women. And it was the first time that I really had heard Maybe This Time, and I went and sought out the rest of Cabaret to be able to listen to it because I needed to know more about this song.
Amazing. And then that's the power of Glee. Andrea, is it going to be If I Die Young or Maybe This Time for you?
I was originally voting for Maybe This Time, but I am going to switch to If I Die Young.
So we will make If I Die Young into round 2. Next, most of the panel is belting out one seed Adele mashup, Rumor Has It / Someone Like You, sung by the Trouble Tones in season 3. But Gary is adamant that 4 seed And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going from Dreamgirls, sung by Mercedes in season 1, should continue. Jake, give us the hot goss on why Rumor Has It should succeed. Gary, you're the best man I've ever known, certainly when it comes to defending this song. Gary, please go first.
Oh, absolutely. This is Amber Riley's Mercedes, like 11 o'clock number. This actual song as well was when the cast was watching her sing this live, and so their reaction to her singing this was all real. It was all authentic, and I think that made it just even more special. Obviously, it's vocally incredible. It's raw. In the context of the song is basically when Mercedes was saying basically like, hey, I'm in the Glee club and it's not all about Rachel Berry. So she was really standing up for herself. And we know how that is for Black women. And so it was just her demanding the spotlight that she rightfully deserved. And it did a good job, again, bridging Broadway drama with TV storytelling. We all know this famous song sang by Jennifer Holliday. So to have Amber Riley sing it, and knowing that she went on to play and win an Olivier for this role as well. Shout out again to how some of them were stars, but this song is just absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite songs of hers, and also on the show itself.
Yeah, this is a 3-1. I will say that Mercedes is also featured beautifully in the Adele mashup. So, Jake, are you sticking with Rumor Has It Someone Like You?
I am. I mean, rumor has it that these are all 28-year-olds playing 16-year-olds. That's just a rumor. But what I loved about Glee is what we were talking about earlier is that it showcased many songs from different genres and different eras, but also stayed very current. And this was at a time when Adele's juggernaut of an album 21 came out. You know, some days I do miss Glee for that reason, and then there are other days where I don't miss it because thank God we don't have to listen to a cover of Leah Michelle singing Pink Pony Club, so we have to. So we avoided that. Like, the world's going through enough at this time.
Nature is healing. Yeah.
It sure is.
Yeah. Haven't we suffered enough?
We sure have. We can't go through that anymore. Glee is known for mashups, but I think this is one of their best. I think that Mercedes completely dominates this number. I also think that Mercedes deserved more solos throughout the entire series. That's just not my opinion. That's federal law. Mm-hmm. So I think that she absolutely kills this number. Her and Naya kill it. The harmonies are beautiful, some of the best from the whole series. That transition from Rumor to Someone Like You is so smooth and seamless. It's like ear candy. And Adele's songs just carry so much emotional weight, and to take this cover to a completely new level and new direction, no pun, well, maybe a little, is very impressive. And Adele liked it so much that she retweeted about it, a link to the mashup, and it peaked at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100. Fun fact there.
I love that. Did she do that from her house? Thank you very much, Andrea. Are you going to stick with Rumor Has It and Someone Like You, or are you going to switch to And I'm Telling You?
To take a page from the Alma Marfo book, this was the point in the bracket where I was screaming, crying, throwing up, trying to decide which one I was going to go with.
Yep.
They're both amazing covers. But to Jake's point, Glee really shines with mashups. And Rumor Has It, Someone Like You is truly I think the best Glee mashup, honestly. And we talk about Don't Stop Believing kind of setting off Glee as a series. I really think that this mashup kind of solidified them as a series.
All right, Trey, is it going to be Rumor Has It Someone Like You or And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going?
I am sticking with the mashup on this one. It's just perfection.
And I do want to say one final thing to Amber Riley. We are going to love her. I need Amber Riley back on my screen. It's been too long. She is an incredible talent. Give her a goddamn leading role again. Thank you very much, television. You're welcome. So we'll be moving the Rumor Has It, Someone Like You mashup into round 2. Finally, in round 1, the bulk of the panel wants to keep living 2-seed Teenage Dream, the Katy Perry cover, sung in 2 different variations by Blaine. But Gary is feeling the girl power of 3-seed mashup Halo / Walking on Sunshine, sung in season 1 by the women of New Direction. Trey, run away with Teenage Dream and Don't Ever Look Back. Gary, tell us why you can see the Beyonce / Katrina and the Waves mashup in the Elite 8, and don't it feel good? Gary, please go first.
Yeah, so what I love about the song is that they got a Beyonce number in this, and I was like, okay, they got a budget. I just
Come on, budget.
I think obviously like this is a mashup. It's not the strongest mashup out of the group, like Andrea said. There's some juggernauts in there, but what I do love about this song is that it's contrasting, like just the lyrics itself. Halo is sad, and then you get Walking on Sunshine is like bubbly, but the through line of it, the entire song is just how the arrangement is upbeat and it keeps the tempo going. And it has this like just optimisticness about it. If you watch the episodes, like the women are all wearing yellow, so it's a very like fun, cutesy episode. And also is when Amber Riley and Leah Michelle are kind of featuring and leading this song together they're doing runs and background riffs, which adds a little bit more depth to the overall performance for me. So it was cute. And will I be sad if it didn't move forward? No. But I think it's a feel good song. And the women were like incredible singing it as an ensemble.
They were. I mean, the women on this show were incredible. They just were. That being said, it is 3-1. Trey, are you sticking with Teenage Dream?
Oh yeah, I'm going to stick with Teenage Dream on this one. This song is sung by the only man to show up multiple times in our top 16, and he's also the character with the most solos in our top 16. Blaine Anderson, played by Tony, Emmy, and Golden Globe award-winning actor and fellow 1987 baby Darren Criss. Because Teenage Dream is our introduction to Blaine and the Dalton Academy Warblers in season 2, and Blaine becomes, as we've talked about, the best male vocalist for the New Directions when he transfers to McKinley. And the moment that this man comes onto our screen, the girls, the gays, and the theys went crazy for him. He's ebullient and cute. And that blazer was adorable on him. And there are 2 versions of this song. And I want to talk about the second one. The stripped down version from season 4 episode, The Breakup. Blaine's having a hard time with being apart from Kurt because Kurt's graduated and moved to New York City. And so Blaine surprises him in New York. And the gang goes to a piano bar, probably Marie's Crisis. And Blaine sings a stripped down, incredibly emotional, increasingly manic version of Teenage Dream. And it's so moving, and it made me tear up a bit. And if anyone can get me to cry to a Katy Perry song, they'll get my vote. Also, I just don't like Walking on Sunshine.
How dare you, sir? But that's fine. I cry to Katy Perry songs all the time, probably not for the right reasons. Jake, is it going to be Teenage Dream or Halo / Walking on Sunshine?
I'm sticking with Teenage Dream.
Andrea, Teenage Dream or Walking on Sunshine / Halo?
Yeah, as I alluded to in my intro, I'm sticking with Teenage Dream. I would also like to point out that the only reason why Halo Walking on Sunshine is such like a fun, happy, peppy song is because they're all drugged by Terry Schuster on pseudoephedrine. They're like high as fuck singing that song.
Y'all got any of that pseudoephedrine? Just asking. All right, so we are going to move Teenage Dream into round 2. And that's the end of round 1, folks. We're going to take a quick break to take a shot of vocal adrenaline. We'll be right back.
My fellow pop culture enthusiasts, the fate of the cinematic universe, the very fabric of fandom itself hangs in the balance. Are you tired of your voice going unheard? Do you have strong opinions of the merits of the prequel trilogy? Do you believe that pineapple belongs on pizza? Well, I do. It's time to make your voice count. Visit greatpopculturedebate.com and cast your vote in our crucial pop culture polls. Your opinion matters. Your vote can shape the future of fandom. Don't let others decide for you. Go to greatpopculturedebate.com and make your voice heard. Together, we can build a better pop culture world.
And we are back for round 2 of our best Glee song debate. Before we get into the Elite Eight, I'd like my panelists to share their social media, what else they're working on, and who is their personal favorite Glee character. Andrea, I'd like to start with you. Where can people find you? What you doing?
You can find me on Instagram at Dre Souffle. I also have an Etsy shop with the same name where I sell stickers and prints of some of my artwork. If you're in the West Michigan area, check out Coopersville Brewing Company where I work and sling beer over there and run their social media and do their beer design or beer label designs. And my favorite character is a tie between Sue Sylvester and Santana because I love a bitch.
Yes.
Love them.
That's why she's on this show, because I'm here. So thank you very much, Andrea. I appreciate that. Gary Jackson, where can people find you, what you're working on, and who's your favorite character?
Yeah, folks can find me on Instagram at Gary Music Man J. What I'm working on these days, I'm trying to have a baby, y'all. I'm trying to be somebody's daddy in these streets. No, an adoption process, me and my husband. Hopefully, by December we'll have a baby. I have 3 characters that I'm like obsessed with, so I was trying to narrow it down, but I can't. Mercedes Jones, obviously, Unique, and Santana. I love them.
Excellent,
Divas.
excellent. Have you checked with Shelby Corcoran to see if she's available to help you on your journey to parenthood? Is that not Rachel's mother? Is that not Idina Menzel?
I think so.
I believe she is. I don't know why I remember the name Shelby Corcoran. I do. All right. Jake Pitticelli, where can people find you? What you're working on? Who's your favorite character?
Yeah, they can find me on Instagram and Venmo at jtesu_.
Honey.
I am working on my tan line, and my favorite character, like Andrea, is Sue, because that's how I see it. I was looking at a mashup earlier of some of her best lines, and there was one, it was like, I'm going to ask you to smell your armpits. That's the smell of failure. My other favorite character is Blaine. Actually, this summer I got to meet Darren Criss, and I said that he's an honorary gay man, and he said that's the highest compliment that he could ever receive.
That is correct, Darren Criss. That's right. Thank you very much for that. And I'm glad you bestowed upon him that knighthood. Thank you, Jake. Trey Radu Blackburn, where can people find you? What you doing? Who's your favorite character?
You can find me all over social media at TKRB3. 3 is spelled out, not the number. You can also find me at Bare Left Embroidery on Instagram. I haven't been doing much stitching because I've been doing acting this year. So find me on a stage in New York at an off Broadway or New Jersey stage. And then my favorite character, I love a chaos goblin. And I'm going to have to shout out Becky Jackson. Sue Sylvester's minion human who just wreaked havoc all over that Glee club in a perfect way. I love Becky Jackson so much.
Awesome. Thank you very much. The best place to follow us is on Blue Sky at gpcd.bsky.social or at Great Pop Culture Debate on Instagram or TikTok. You should also make sure to subscribe to our page on YouTube, where we'll be posting more original video content this year. I keep saying that. I swear it's going to happen at some point. But what you really need to do is to sign up for our weekly newsletter, new every Tuesday at noon, that tells you about everything coming up in pop culture that week. Sign up by finding the link on this episode at greatpopculturedebate.com or via our link tree on any of our social media accounts. Now let's get into round 2, where we will burn through a whole season's worth of arguments in just a few debates. Most of these, we've actually talked about every one of these songs, so we're going to go through these pretty quick. First up, it's the show's de facto anthem, 4-seed Don't Stop Believin', versus Sexual Predator anthem, 2-seed When I Get You Alone. And we're going to go around the horn. I'd like to start at the back of the pack with Trey. Is it going to be Don't Stop Believin' or When I Get You Alone?
Son of an Eric. I didn't have either of these songs going forward because I can't stand Journey, and Robin Thicke creeps me out. But I think just on the vibes, I'm going to go with When I Get You Alone.
I'm living. Okay, Andrea, I'm going to go to you next. Is it going to be Don't Stop Believin' or When I Get You Alone?
You already know it's When I Get You Alone.
Wild.
I hate Don't Stop Believing. As a Michigander, I hate that song because they say Detroit in that song, and all of a sudden is the Michigan anthem, even though Detroit is over here somewhere. Like,
You know what? We're going to do a best Journey song episode strictly to piss off my millennials. That's what's going to happen. Jake, is it going to be Don't Stop Believing, or is it going to be When I Get You Alone?
As someone who doesn't condone sexual violence, I'm going to go with Don't Stop Believing. Also, I just think it's just such an iconic song for Glee. It's what I think of when I think of the show, and it's the bookend to the show for a reason.
Gary, is it going to be Don't Stop Believing or When I Get You Alone?
Oh, well, first, justice for Paula. Paula? Is that his
Paula.
ex-wife? Yeah.
Paula, yes,
So it is going to be
absolutely.
Don't Stop Believing for me.
So it goes down to the seeds, and When I Get You Alone is a 2 seed. Don't Stop Believing is a 4 seed. I am just personally glad that it made a 2 round 2, personally, because initially it was barely on the bracket, and I was like, oh, we are going to get cooked by the children, and the fact that we got to the Elite 8 actually makes me feel good. So When I Get You Alone, against all odds, is in
So strange.
the final 4.
The Gleeks are gonna go crazy.
How did we
They're
get
going
here?
to go crazy. Get your slushies ready, folks. Next, 1 seed River Deep Mountain High looks poised to continue its journey into our bracket. Journey, sorry, triggered. But it could mean a final rest for 2 seed Make You Feel My Love. I'm going to go around the horn. I want to start with Gary this time. Is it Make You Feel My Love or River Deep Mountain High?
Oh, it's going to be River Deep.
All right. Jake, River Deep Mountain High or Make You Feel My Love?
I was thinking Make You Feel My Love, but I'm going back to River Deep.
Andrea, River Deep Mountain High or Make You Feel My Love?
River Deep, for sure.
And Trey, rounding it out.
Oh my, it is River Deep Mountain High.
It's a unanimous decision. We're moving Teen Turcher into the final 4. Next, it's 1 seed Don't Rain on My Parade and 2 seed If I Die Young. Jake, you haven't had a chance to talk about Rain on My Parade yet. Would you like to say something about it?
Yeah, no, I know, we talked about it earlier, so I don't want to speak on it too much, but I love that it had several variations throughout the series, and it really showcases Lea Michele's voice, and regardless of what you do have to say about her, she has a fucking incredible voice, and she has powerhouse vocals, and the song showcases all of that. It's high drama, it's high stakes, it's high camp, it's everything, and I think the staging, when she performs it at regionals, is really cool because she starts in the back of the auditorium and then works her way forward into this big number. She also sang this at the 64th Tony Awards in 2010, and she starred in Funny Girl herself, so it's very meta. And the song is really about owning the moment, who is Rachel Berry, who is Lea Michele, and so it's all very perfect. And so I definitely think it deserves its flowers for that reason.
All right, Gary, is it going to be Don't Rain on My Parade or If I Die Young for you?
Oh, Don't Rain on My Parade.
Andrea, Don't Rain on My Parade or If I Die Young for you?
I think it's going to be Don't Rain on My Parade. Whether you like it or not, Lea Michele is the star of Glee, at least for the first few seasons. And this song, like Jake said, just showcases everything that she does well. Whether she understood the assignment of Rachel Berry or that's just how Lea Michele is, regardless, she does it great.
Yeah, excellent.
She can
point.
shit in my wig anytime.
Good to know. Memo to Rachel Berry. Trey, is it going to be Don't Rain on My Parade or is it going to be If I Die Young?
Look, she is difficult, but boy, can she sing. Don't Rain on My Parade.
I love that this is essentially the origin story for Lea Michele's single white femaling Barbra Streisand. And do I think it will end eventually with her wearing Barbra Streisand as a skin suit a la Buffalo Bill? Yes, I do. And you know what? I'm excited to see it happen. I'm looking forward to it. I hope Barbara has witness protection. With that being said, we will move Don't Rain on My Parade into the Final 4. And I think it might be another unanimous decision. I'm not sure. It's the 1 seed Adele mashup, Rumor Has It Someone Like You, versus 2 seed Teenage Dream. I haven't started with Jake. Where are you going on this one?
Rumor has it.
All right.
I'm sticking with that.
Andrea, is it going to be Teenage Dream or is it going to be the Adele mashup?
I am going to go with Teenage Dream. Originally, I was going with Teenage Dream, the acoustic manic version. But honestly, I think either version it could easily take this. The introduction of Darren Criss to the show is just phenomenal. And then it sort of bookends with him doing this song again, closes off that very complicated relationship that he has with Kurt, and just ties everything together really well. And it's a beautiful song. Well, the song itself is not beautiful, but the way that Darren sings it is gorgeous. He does amazing. And maybe I'm just a Darren Criss stan. Who knows?
Who could blame you? I mean, I wasn't even watching Glee at this point, but I knew about this because he came on. I was like, now who is that? And he aroused my interest in numerous areas of my body. But Trey, is it going to be Teenage Dream or the Adele mashup?
Somewhere out there, someone that I went to graduate school with has a copy of our third year cabaret where the vocal performance class that I was part of sang the mashup of the Adele mashup. And for that reason, I gotta go with the Adele mashup. If I can find it, I will give it to GPCD to post everywhere. It's glorious and strange.
I'm so glad none of this existed when I was a young person because the amount of cringe you would all be subjected to on a daily basis.
Look, we are all millennials here. We live in the cringe.
You do. That is your aesthetic. Gary, is it going to be the Adele mashup or is it going to be Teenage Dream?
Adele mashup for me.
All right, so we will be moving Rumor Has It Someone Like You into the Final Four, and that's it. We've got our Final Four. We're going to take a quick break to prepare for regionals. We'll be right back. Hey, pop culture squirrel friends. Are you gagging for all the tea, but missed the latest episode of your favorite show? Don't fret, darlings, because we've got you covered. Head on over to greatpopculturedebate.com for all the juicy recaps, Hanny. We're talking blow-by-blow breakdowns, shade trees full of opinions, and enough pop culture realness to fill a library. So if you want to stay in the loop, and honey, you do, then sashay over to greatpopculturedebate.com/recaps. Because if you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else's recap? Can I get an amen? And we are back with the final four of our best Glee song debate. At this point in the show, I take a step back and I see if it shook out the way I expected it to. I also add at this point that no matter which option wins, we are celebrating all of these entries, and I hope nobody gets salty about what comes next. It is not where I thought we were going to end up. When I Get You Alone by Robin Thicke is in the final two, a 2 seed. That being said, that bracket was kind of wild to begin with because Don't Stop Believing was a 4 seed coming in, so I think that explains it. River Deep Mountain High is a 1 seed. Don't Rain on My Parade is a 1 seed. Rumor Has It Someone Like You is a 1 seed. That does give us a 2000 song, a 70 song, a Broadway song, and another 2000 song, which I think is kind of emblematic of what we got on Glee. So that's pretty cool. So, going to start right at the top. When I Get You Alone versus River Deep Mountain High, which we've really barely talked about. Andrea, where are you going? What do you think?
I cannot, in good conscience, let When I Get You Alone continue past the final four, as much as I would love it to see it win this whole thing. Yeah, like you said, we haven't really talked about River Deep. It is from one of my favorite episodes, which is Duets in season 2, episode 4. They're having a little competition where the winners get a free dinner at Breadsticks with an X, which is apparently the fanciest Italian place in town. Even though they don't win, Santana and Mercedes, hands down, have one of the best voice combinations on the show, in my opinion. And we rarely get to see them together. And the show already kind of makes fun of itself for being pretty Eurocentric. So when we get a combo like Mercedes and Santana doing a song by Ike and Tina, and then they manage to hit it out of the park, it's just all the stars align. It's so beautifully well done. It feels special and meaningful. And this song is already just a wonderful song. And so to have these two powerhouse vocalists, like you said, the women on the show are all amazing. Mm-hmm. And so we get to really see them showcase that in duets with the song.
For sure. Thank you so much. Jake, is it going to be When I Get You Alone or River Deep Mountain High?
River Deep Mountain High.
He said laughing. Gary, is it going to be When I Get You Alone or River Deep Mountain High?
Yeah, I would say first, just a shout out to the orchestra, like the ensemble and orchestra, because they really did the brassiness of that number. So it's going to be River Deep for me, just a complete ensemble of it all.
Yeah. Trey, River Deep Mountain High or When I Get You Alone?
Oh, it's River Deep Mountain High. There's not a question. I'll echo Jake and go,
Okay. More scoffing, and that will make it into our final two. And then it's Don't Rain on My Parade versus Rumor Has It / Someone Like You, the Adele mashup. I'd like to start with Jake Pitticelli. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this series has many great mashups, but the best one, in my opinion at least, is Rumor Has It / Someone Like You, and I think for that reason, it's going to move forward for me.
Trey, is it going to be Don't Rain on My Parade or Rumor Has It / Someone Like You?
It is mashup city for me on this one. It's give me the Adele pause for the cheers and the sobbing of everybody's loving. Yeah, mashup central.
Okay. Gary, is it going to be Don't Rain on My Parade or Adele?
I actually think I'm going to stick with Don't Rain on My Parade.
All right. Things are getting spicy. Andrea, is it going to be Don't Rain on My Parade or rumor has it Someone Like You?
I'm sticking with the mashup. To me, I don't feel like you can have a best Glee song if it's just one character. I feel like it's got to be two or more at least.
All right. So that means with 3 votes, the final 2 is going to be River Deep Mountain High versus the Adele mashup, Rumor Has It, Someone Like You. I think this is a really good top 2, to be honest with you. And it's not super obvious in a lot of ways. So I would like to start with Trey, actually. Where are you going to go here?
I have to go with the duet. Those 2 queens, Santana and Mercedes, just dancing around. It is an iconic moment when they're just like turning at each other and like doing like the Tina slide. River Deep, Mountain High, all day, every day is my winner for this bracket.
Andrea, is it going to be River Deep Mountain High or Rumor Has It, Someone Like You?
I gotta go with the mashup. I kind of alluded to it earlier, but we talked about Don't Stop Believing being the kickoff to the show. I really think this mashup of these 2 Adele songs is just so thoughtfully done and so well performed, and it's just what I think of when I think of Glee.
Jake, is it going to be River Deep Mountain High or Rumor Has It / Someone Like You?
I'm sticking with Rumor Has It, Someone Like You. I think it is an amazing mashup. It's giving vocals, it's giving production, it's giving everything. And so I think that, for me at least, that's why it moves forward and it's the best song of Glee.
Gary Jackson, it comes to you.
I am going to go with River Deep. That is just a juggernaut of a song, and they killed it.
So, we are now at a tie, and I do not want to tie for this episode, so I am going to pause very quickly while I figure out how many votes each of these, because the way this episode was put together was, it was put together by the number of votes each one had. And so I am curious. The suspense is killing me. They actually both had four votes. Both of them were unanimous votes.
Does this mean Eric has to cast the...
Eric
or
has
does producer Derek have an opinion?
Eric has learned his lesson. And producer Derek, would you like to chime in right now? They can't hear you, but the Adele mashup. So producer Derek has weighed in on the Adele mashup. I also personally think the point is Glee is known for its mashups. And I think there is a good argument to be made that for a non-mashup to win would be very strange if there's one in the final 2. So, okay, fine. We're going to go ahead. Yes, Trey?
I mean, I was going to say it's called Best Glee Song, not songs that have been mashed up together, even though it is a perfect mashup. River Deep Mountain High sounds like a mashup, but it's just one song.
It is.
Thank you.
It is.
But when you sing them together, doesn't it become one song?
One song. It's a duet. It's kind of the whole point of the show. All these disparate voices making one entity. And that's about as twee as I'm going to fucking get this episode. But we will go ahead and I don't want to have a tie for this one. So I will go ahead and with producer Derek's input, we're going to give the tiebreaker to the Adele mashup. Rumor Has It, Someone Like You. So there you have it, folks. Our pick for the best Glee song is Rumor Has It, Someone Like You. Do you agree? Do you think we need to re-audition? Tell us how you really feel by leaving a comment on this episode at greatpopculturedebate.com or find us on Blue Sky or Instagram. While you're there, make sure you subscribe and follow the podcast so you can hear about what new debates are coming soon, vote in open polls, and even decide which topics we tackle next. I want to say thank you to my panel. I enjoyed harmonizing with all of you, and thank you for listening. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can get even more exclusive content and you get episodes a whole day early. We hope you have a good one, and remember, everyone is entitled to their wrong opinion. Now, let's go get some slushies.